4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Loading the live cast. Testing, 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 test Ickles, test Ickles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 704 of the Daily Mother Whoa, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps, Obvi. And today is arm day for old Papa Gaines. I'm about to go get my swole on, Obvi. Welcome everyone joining me live on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Swolenormous. So thank you. I appreciate your support and your attention wherever you choose to follow old Papa Gain Train. What up, fam? What's going on? Vince, Oliver on Facebook. What we got on Instagram? Simo, Chris, Mr. Perfect Hair. Mr. Perfect Hair, you stole my screen name. That's my name. Come on. I got hair everywhere that looks just fly. Faith Strothman on YouTube. What's going on? Make sure wherever you are, make sure you like. If you're on Facebook, I'm sorry, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and follow if you haven't already. What's going on Twitch? What up? We got Thor on Twitch. So what's going on? Everyone, everywhere, wherever you are following. So remember, if you want to know when I go live, I did just announce like right before I went, but I give you all the updates of the next live broadcast on my Instagram story. Excuse me. And on Snapchat. So if you're not following me there, make sure you follow me on Snapchat and Instagram stories. That way you'll know when my next live cast is. So I don't have hiccups all fucking day. And then right when I'm going to go live, I'm going to get the hiccups. So all right. How we doing? So if you're in the Florida area, we had a tornado warning. It was actually just perfect timing because I was going to do it during the storm because it was really loud and the rain was hitting the window. So I figured that'd be some interesting background music or background sound, but apparently just like the weather in Florida always is, it'll just randomly stop. So now it's sunny, it's dark skies, it's wet on the ground, but it's sunny outside, of course. And it's gearing up towards about 6 o'clock. So it's the evening time in the United States, Eastern time. If you're in UK, obviously, it's almost coming up on midnight. If you're West Coast, it's mid-afternoon. So welcome to everyone. I'm on my ball, I'm on my bouncy ball, having some fun. Make sure you say hi, say what's up, drop some questions. We're going to talk about cheat meals today. I'm going to give you some of my opinions and address a couple issues that have been coming up in the questions in my inbox regarding actually, I just saw that I didn't update the thing on Twitch. 704. Let me just update the title on the bottom of that. That's incorrect. Let's see. Here's the deal with cheat meals. Hold on. The deal with cheat. I didn't update the title at the bottom of the thing. So that was a Papa Swolio's fault right there. So we're on 704. Twitch is better. You were right. Yeah. I mean, honestly, everywhere, if you're watching and you don't like the quality, if you're not happy with the quality on YouTube or Facebook, it's just because it's a multiple stream. So if you want, apparently what everyone's been saying, the best quality, go check it out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Swolenormous. And of course, welcome everyone that's listening to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. John Hale 25 on Instagram. First time here. Fuck cheat days. Haha, I'm too fat for that shit. I usually say fuck cheat meals too, but it's interesting because a lot of you have this religion around cheat meals. A lot of you have like this religion, no joke, religion about cheat meals where it's like the be all end all. It's the most important thing in your life. It's the most important thing you think about. You look forward to it every week. You plan for it. You just revolve your entire fitness journey around eating. And I love seeing in people's profiles, especially on Instagram, because obviously the profile, the way the platform works, is easy to click and see someone's bio. It's not as easy on Facebook. And forget YouTube, forget that shit. But you see someone says, oh, fitness, food, blah, blah, as if food is like a fucking hobby, as if it's a hobby, as if it's, it's a method of survival. Just say food, fitness, food. A lot of people work out to eat. But the thing is, we've talked about before, and we've cemented pretty confidently that it's not just how much you eat, it's what you eat. So even if you're eating calorically limiting foods, you're eating the wrong foods, it's going to have more lasting impact than just eating, than eating the right food. So if you're eating the right foods, you don't have to micromanage your calories as much because your body will send the right signals. Your body will balance a lot of those things out. However, if you're micromanaging calories and counting macros and measuring and blah, 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 deficits, surpluses, and you're really getting nitty gritty with the numbers, it's still going to make an impact if you're eating the wrong food. So if you're eating inflammatory foods, it's still going to cause you problems. And actually, that's my point, Michael, on YouTube. He says, why would you look forward to eating garbage and blowing your healthy eating? My thoughts entirely. So I get a lot of questions saying about drinking alcohol or about cheat meals, which is kind of similar, right? A cheat meal, alcohol is kind of like a cheat meal, it's just liquid form. I get a lot of questions about when you should plan those things, like when you should plan your cheat meals, when you should plan when you're getting those things in. And my opinion, of course, this is my opinion, this is my approach. If you have goals that are important to you, if you have goals that are really something that that are valuable to you, that challenge you a lot, that are hard for you to achieve, that you sacrifice for, why would you want to go and blow it? Why are you looking for a way out? Why are you looking for an excuse? Why are you looking for a reason to do damage? So it's kind of like the classic mentality, how much can you get away with? Which is really what it comes down to, because some people can drink alcohol and have a six pack. Some people can have a cheat meal and still have abs or definition or not gain weight. Some people are more sensitive to those things, more sensitive to those changes. But I've mentioned this before. It's also the chain reaction that happens after a cheat meal. So you might have one cheat meal, but then that cheat meal might lead to two cheat meals, right? Those two cheat meals or that one cheat meal on a Friday might lead into cheat meals on a Saturday and like, oh, I'll just get back to it on Monday, which leads to cheating on Sunday. So you actually have this addictive personality where it just snowballs into all these different cheat meals, cheat days, and then you have a cheat week and you end up gaining 5, 10, 15 pounds or really falling off or feeling bloated and achy and out of shape and depressed and discouraged, when it's all your fault. You set yourself up for it. So you have to judge and gauge, like, how important is a cheat meal? Will one cheat meal ruin all your progress? I think we can all say that no, it won't. No one gains weight. I gain weight just by looking at food. I love that, right? I love that when someone says, I gain weight by looking at food. No, you gain weight by looking at food and then putting it in your fat mouth. That's how you gain weight. You look at the food and then you put it in your mouth. Unless you just have this convenient memory lapse right after you look at it. Oh, I black out. And then it just magically finds its way into your face hole. That's how people gain weight, not by looking at foods. Anyone that says that, shut up. Shut up. If you have balls, punch yourself in the balls. If you have a twat, punch yourself right in the clit. Just punch yourself. Just slam yourself right in your genitals. I don't care what you have down there. Maybe you got both. I don't give a shit. Like literally whatever genitalia you have that you use to urinate or get sexual pleasure with, just punch yourself directly in it. No one gains weight by looking at food. You gain weight by looking at food and then putting it into your mouth. And as I quote, Papa Swole quotes, fat mouth. Now, that's the problem, Mike. Cheat meals are good for dopamine and serotonin. What do you mean good? You mean pleasure centers? It's not necessarily true. That's the point. So the point what I'm making about cheat meals is when you say something is good for something, that's subjective. When you say cheat meals work, that's subjective, because eating bad food doesn't work. It doesn't work. Do you get a pump? Do you feel leaner? Do you feel a rush? Of course you do. You have sugar coursing through your body. You have this rush of just fucking pure sugar absorbing into your system. If you have a lot of discipline, if you're training, let's say you're a bodybuilder, let's say you're me, right? And you've been training consistently for 15, 20 years. Then if I have, let's say tonight, I feel like I'm going to have pizza tonight and I go and I eat a pizza. I'm going to feel probably shitty afterwards. I'm going to eat it, but I'm not going to lose all my gains, right? I'm not going to lose my flow. I'm not going to all of a sudden tomorrow eat more pizza and then eat fries and then eat crap. Like I'm not going to go down that path because I've set so much habit for the past 15, 20 years. I have so much discipline that I've created, right? It's a habit. You have to build that habit. So if you're going into your fitness, and this is like this is my main point, is that if you're trying to achieve a goal, if you're setting yourself up for what you want to achieve and you're already planning for cheat meals, you're not going to be that successful. You're already looking for a way out. You can't be starting your journey. You can't be starting to lose weight. You can't be starting a nutrition plan and already be looking for like, when can I cheat? Oh, but you only live once and you have to enjoy yourself and everything in moderation. That's what pussies say that want to be average, that don't want results. You have to get obsessed, right? That famous Conor McGregor quote. I don't even know if he was the first to say it, but he says, I'm obsessed. If you're obsessed with your training and if you're obsessed with your approach and you're obsessed with your fitness, why is obsession a bad thing? It's not. Obsession is just a lot of hard work and it's a lot of time. And most people are lazy and they don't want to put in the time. They don't want to seem from outside people like, oh my God, I'm only doing fitness. They might think I'm obsessed. Oh, that's not healthy. We create this vibe and this association with um with obsession. We create this association as obsession is bad, where it's not. Obsession's not bad at all. Obsession is how you get results. Being obsessed, being disciplined, doing it relentlessly is how you get results. That's how you build a business. That's how you build a physique. That's how you build a relationship. You have to be into it. You have to be into it. And you can't start a good habit by starting with bad habits or looking for a way out, right? You have to put both feet in. You have to go all in. And if you have one toe out and you're kind of saying, oh, I'm going to eat healthy, but I'm going to have a cheat meal. Like, oh, I have to eat all these strict foods, but can I have a cheat meal once a week? Sure, you can have that once a week. It's like giving a drug addict drugs once a week, or an alcoholic like, oh, but you can have one drink on Fridays. How do you think that's going to turn out? You're literally encouraging habits. You're literally encouraging habits, and it's okay to be obsessed. You have to be obsessed if you want results. If you're not obsessed, you're going to do shit half-assed and you're going to be average like everyone else in the world. Why do you think, and I'm really going to make this a strong point, because check this out. Why do you think fitness and nutrition is so hard? And I put these hard quotes around it. So challenging. I don't know how to get results. I don't know what to do. So many people have results, but I don't. Why are so many people struggling? Because they're complicating things. You're not putting in the hard work and you're not getting obsessed enough. And that's why you're not seeing change. That's why you're not seeing results. It's not that it's so hard. It's not that it's so challenging. It's that you're not invested enough. You're not going all in. You're looking for the way out. You're looking for the shortcut. You're looking for all these little excuses, and they don't exist. They don't exist if you want change. They don't exist if you want change. So it's the opposite of obsession. You need obsession plus. You need to do everything no matter what in order to get that result. And like I mentioned before, I said in my vlog on YouTube, if you didn't catch I think it was Swole Motion 116, the last one I posted, I think I said that. The the reason why today is episode 704, by the way, every single day, the reason why it's 704 today is because I was fanatical about getting episode 413 up. It's because against all odds, I got episode 527 done. It's because even though I was up all night and I was exhausted, I got an hour of sleep. Just throwing whatever out there. I did episode 622. It's because I did episode 19. It's because I did episode 245. Each one of those allows this to be 704. If I missed any one of those, it would be 703 or 702 or 701. So anytime you have a result, an end point, it's because of all those little steps in between. So the only reason today is today in terms of the number of the daily swole is because of all the individual ones I did before that. Just a different way to think about it. It's just a different way to think about it. It's not so simple as, I mean, you can't simplify it as just giving yourself a way out. You can't make it something, you can't make an excuse before you start. And allowing yourself to have cheat meals and planning for cheat meals and doing all that stuff before you even begin is making that excuse. You're making an excuse before you even begin. You're giving yourself a way out. You're giving yourself a half-assed approach. You really have to go all in. And it comes down to what you want. So if you want to go have beers, if you want to have a cheat meal, you need to understand why, or what, not why. You need to understand what that's going to do to your body. You need to understand that's not going to help you. You need to understand that you haven't earned the right to cheat. You haven't earned the right to understand your body and learn what you can and what you can't do. You might not get violently sick from eating grains. Okay, maybe your body can handle it relatively well, even though it's inflammatory. So once you're consistent, maybe having a slice of pizza or having a whole pizza or whatever once in a while won't do anything to you. But you're not going to know that unless you're on a consistent plan and until you get results. Like it's going to take you time. You have to earn that shit. And usually once you get to that point, you're not going to want to cheat because you know how hard it took to get there. And you realize that food is not a reward. You're not a fucking dog. You're not getting a treat. Um, Vince, it's why you did the dailies traveling away from the hurricanes. Yeah, remember last year when I was like up all night, when I was driving all night, I would still stop and do the show? Hell yeah. Jeremy, you don't need cheat meals if you enjoy the healthy food you eat. I enjoy my food. My cheat is diet tea or low fat yogurt. I mean, everyone's cheat is different. Now, I'm not going to say that you can't have junk food or something that you enjoy and it's going to ruin your life, but it's not going to help. You know, it's not going to help you. And you can make that argument. Oh, it's going to help me mentally, and then I'm going to help, and I'm going to be able to refocus. You might be able to. You might be able to refocus. That could be you, but other people might send them back on a spiral that will send them down to fucking Fatsville again. They'll fall off. A lot of times, one meal turns into a day, which turns into a week, which turns into not getting back onto it. I think a lot of people believe that going into a surplus of food, you rev up your metabolism. You believe that it's true or false. I think it depends. I don't know. I actually don't know. I mean, people have said that before, like you on a diet and then you eat a lot and it revs it up. I'm not sure how fast your metabolism switches like that. I'm not sure of the latest research. I'm very hesitant to talk on anything like that when they're doing research and studies like that on stuff all the time. But a lot of times, what people feel after they do like a cheat meal, if they're on low calorie, this, that, and the other, is really just like the rush of sugar. You feel like a rush of energy because all of a sudden you get tons and tons of carbohydrates absorbing fast into the system. So it's literally like a high. It's literally like that sugar high. But and resaturation and, resaturation of the glycogen and glucose in the muscles. Dude, eat what you want and then go lift. Who are we talking to? You can eat whatever you want, but it's also going to cause a lot of inflammation. And until you understand what foods actually do to your body and how they're destroying your intestines, it's like a dose of antibiotics. Doctors and medicine prescribe antibiotics like it's nothing. Antibiotics are probably one of the worst things that we can take because it destroys our intestines. Antibiotics literally destroys your intestines. So those of you that have taken rounds of antibiotics that haven't done reparative and restorative methods, like your gut biome is still fucking screwed up. It takes years to build that back up. So it's really damaging to the body. Even Motrin and ibuprofen are extremely dangerous. So it comes down to what you want. It comes down to how serious you're taking it. It comes down to what matters most to you, and then doing that every day. And I think we need to cast a better light on obsession. I think obsession is necessary. I think obsession is what people are afraid of because it's going to take effort and time. And most people don't want to get obsessed because they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to sit on my ass and watch Netflix. Well, yeah, you won't, because you'll be fucking putting in effort and work and doing shit. Watch Netflix while you prep your meals or something in the kitchen, cook and then put Netflix on or something. But you have to make sure you get what you need to get done no matter what. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. A lot of people aren't willing to do that. And when you realize and you think about what is important to you and you realize what you're willing to do, if you're willing to start putting time in and effort in, maybe you'll start getting results. How much effort are you really putting in? Are you really sacrificing enough? Cheat meals always fuck up my whole routine. Call me weak, punch you in your mouth. LOL. um, right. If you have, let's say you have McDonald's, which is like the scourge of the earth, you might be on the toilet. You might fuck yourself up for a couple days. So how worth it was it? It's going to throw off your routine. It might affect you. The mind is very strong. Some of you might think mentally you're going to splurge. You're going to go to a buffet and you're going to get like, swole and it's going to go. I hate that. That's what fucking makes me nauseous when I see stuff on Instagram, like girls like saying I had a cheat meal. Hope it goes right to my butt. Obviously, you have not the slightest fucking clue on how the human body works. Anyone that thinks you eat food and it goes to your ass is out of your fucking mind. Like, you're stupid. You're stupid and you're ignorant and you're living in some fantasy world where like you just send calories to certain parts of your body. Like, that's the most ludicrous, dumbass shit I've ever heard. And I see that and it's just fucking annoying. It's annoying. Like a girl, I got a great glute pump because I had a cheat meal. The fuck are you talking about? You mean you ate food and you had a sugar rush and when you trained your glutes, okay, you'll get a pump if you fucking didn't eat any of that whatsoever. So that doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. You don't cheat and fucking, it goes right to your bicep. Oh, I'm gonna splurge, so it goes right to my biceps. Yeah, the bio isn't. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Read a book. Simple Google search. Doesn't happen like that. Yeah, it doesn't happen like that. Do you think the yogurt companies put acidophilus in their products to make it easier to digest their product, or does acidophilus help digest other things besides milk? Acidophilus doesn't have anything to do with digestion of milk. You're not. It doesn't help you digest lactose. That's a probiotic. Depends on if the cultures are alive and surviving through that. Yogurt's milk. It's a pasteurized dairy product. Eliminate it. You don't need yogurt. All of you are obsessed with this like fucking phlegmy dairy stuff. You're just trained that way. You've been eating yogurt and milk. Like, these companies have been pumping it into you since you were a baby, cereals and dairy. That's why you feel like you need to have this in your nutrition. It's just because you're used to it. It's not necessary at all, especially in our society with all the food and things we have access to. It's 110% not necessary. You don't need any of that dairy whatsoever. And if you're having issues getting leaner, it's a great place to start. Dairy is very bloating. It's very inflammatory for the vast majority of the population. Everyone's going to be different. Some people touch fucking peanut butter and they'll die. Some people eat it by the tub and feel like it does nothing to them. It's obviously more dangerous to the person that's going to die than to you. But the vast majority, like 90 something percent of all human beings, have antibodies for peanuts in their system. Not to mention their legumes, which are inflammatory and high in omega 6s, which we get too much of anyway. This is not a beneficial thing to consume. And all the foods that you see people commonly eat, peanut butter, dairy, grains, and we wonder why we're bloating. We wonder why have joint pain. We wonder why we're on medication, diabetes. We're consuming all these things nonstop that are processed that are not good for us. Go mad, it's stupid. It's fucking retarded. Gallon of milk a day, it's the dumbest fucking thing ever conceived. That's what I think. A lot of people don't understand that it's the quality of the calories rather than the quantity and the micronutrients. It's both. It's both. And yes, very few people understand that. Very few people understand about the quality of the calories. And again, I'm going to reiterate, especially those of you that have watched the anti-diet, the Stop Counting Calories nutrition workshop that's in my post descriptions in my bio and everything. If you haven't checked it out, it's 100% free. Check it out. It breaks down a lot of this nutrition stuff. The reason why the quality is so important is because of the micronutrients, because of all the benefits, the fiber, and all the density that you get and the satisfaction that your body gets from these whole foods and these quality foods. Then once you hammer that down, your body will start sending proper signals, and then you can start down the line, start looking at the caloric, the quantity, the your nutrient ratios or your surplus or deficit. But too many people are starting with the counting, or you're starting with macros, and this is not the best place to start. It's not. You don't need to, because most people start counting, and then you're counting and measuring calories from foods that are not giving you all the nutrients anyway. So you're restricting your caloric intake, the volume. You're restricting the volume of nutrient lacking foods. So you're getting less than you should be getting. Like, and then of course, if you eat more of them, you're gaining weight. Like, you're not getting enough. They're like, you're eating wiffle balls. You need something dense. You need calorically dense food. And when you're getting calorically dense food, big shocker, you get more full. You're more satisfied because you're getting the nutrients your body needs. So you'll start feeling more full sooner. And you won't have to measure. Like, you really don't. You really don't. You know? Brandon, opinion on Whole30. As far I don't know the details, but from what I've seen or people have sent me, they just jacked the elimination diet. They literally, like what I talk about, they literally just took that and they just repackaged it. They didn't create anything. It's just a fad, bestseller, different way of approaching it. I think I haven't really looked at it too much, but I'm pretty sure it's like what 30 days of eliminate. I mean, it's the elimination diet that they just put a different name on. Big shocker. Big shocker. That's what companies do to make money. They take something and they rename it and they sell it as something else when it's the same shit that was always there making money. Brandon, it sounds like your thing, but it's not my thing. Like I never say I didn't invent the elimination diet. I don't prescribe diets. This is just that's why I do this. That's why I talk about the elimination approach, because anyone that's telling someone, any of those gym bronies or these online trainers and people that are telling you what to eat and sending you diet plans, it's fucking reckless and dangerous. I'm telling you, you should not listen to anything anyone fucking says that you're not analyzing yourself. You have to analyze it yourself. That's why you have to be obsessed. That's why you have to take stock in your own fucking body. Anyone that's going online and just listening to some schmo, male or female schmo, that says, oh, eat half a cup of this and 6 ounces of this and this and this. And it's reckless. You're not a nutritionist. And if you are, you don't know my fucking body. What? I told you my height and my weight and my goals. So now you're going to give me a caloric breakdown? Fuck you. It's such a scam. It's such a scam. It's such a scam. And I know people look at my stuff. I know people look at Swolenormous X. They look at my private community. They look at my approach and they think, oh man, I'm going to have to do work. Let me go find someone that'll just hand me something to do. Fine. Have fun being fat. Have fun not getting results. Have fun not learning your body. Have fun not being able to make your own decisions autonomously the rest of your life. It's all about the proper approach, folks. It's all about the proper approach. If you understand what foods your body is sensitive to, you can figure out any kind of recipe. I'm releasing a recipe book of things that I consume. Doesn't mean that you should consume them, just the things that I consume. But if you know what foods that you're allergic to, if you know what foods you don't respond to, it's a simple Google search. Let's say you want to make something with grass-fed beef and kale and this. You type it into Google, recipe with blah, 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 and boom, you'll get a million results with all these different recipes. So don't blame it on recipes. No, it's so boring. Then put some fucking salt and pepper on it. Like eat the food. But it's not complicated. It's just a little bit of upfront hard work, 4 to 6 weeks of cutting shit out that's not good for you, and then testing it and seeing where your body stands. Everyone just wants a handout. Follow this, you'll get results. There's a reason why. And how many of you float some biceps? We've done this several times before, but float some hearts and some biceps and drop some comments right now if you have purchased a nutrition plan that's all broken down that has not worked for you right now. Have you ever purchased or proceeded to do? I don't care if you even purchased. Maybe someone gave it to you for free. Have you ever followed a nutrition plan that did not work for you for whatever reason? Whether you fell off it, whether you weren't disciplined enough, whether it made you sick, whether you just, it doesn't matter. It just didn't work. Whether it was on your end or their end, did it not work for you? And actually don't float biceps because I'm going to think you're, yeah, or float something or just drop a comment, say like I have, or drop some details. I'll look through. I mean, we'll be here for a few more minutes. I got to go work out in a few. Never just listen to Papa. Yeah. Listen to Papa Swolio. I never followed shit in my life. Laughing my fucking ass off. Good. Instagram 45-day meal plan, $75. You realize $75 is more than 3 months of my private community with everything I offer? That's amazing. That's my special right now. $75 for 45 days is more for just some shitty meal plan is just more than people are scamming out there. Fuck. LA Weight Loss, Weight Watchers. I have, but had to adapt it, then got to work for my body, found I had to drop protein, up carbs. Intermittent fasting didn't work for me. Those are general. I mean like a whole meal plan. I mean like a real meal plan. Followed it to the T. I have numerous times. Just bought 8-week program, actually gained weight. I'm assuming your goal was to lose weight. Uh, I've definitely done that for CrossFit. All right, so a lot of you have. I mean, that was kind of a rhetorical question. I know a lot of you have. Whether or not your comment's going to pop through in time, or whether you're listening or you're going to watch this later and be like, oh, me. Make sure you comment. Even if you're watching the replay, make sure you comment. But the point is, when you follow just some when you follow just a meal plan, like eat 1 cup of white rice and have 6 ounces of protein, and then have a cup of this or of vegetables and fruit, and then have a snack. It's not teaching you anything. It's playing follow the leader. It's playing follow follow the bouncing ball. Follow the bouncing ball. And that's not the answer. It's straight up not the answer. It's not the answer. It doesn't tell you anything about your body. You're following the leader. What happens when you go on vacation and you don't have your grass-fed beef, and you don't have your kale, and you don't have your sweet potato handy? What if you're at an airport? What decision do you make? Do you know if you're violently allergic to dairy? Do you know if you're violently allergic to wheat? Do you know if you can have peanuts? Do you know if you have a lot of issues with cashews? Do you know those things? If you know those things, you can go and get a snack or go and do things based on the knowledge you have about your body, so you don't feel like shit, so you don't cause bloating, so you don't cause inflammation, so you don't get chronic migraines. Oftentimes chronic migraines are from nutrition. Like, you are not going to make bad decisions with the right information. And if you still make bad decisions, that's on you, because you have the right information. In other words, don't let anyone else make your decisions for you. They don't know who you are. And what I mean by that is, just because you're a human being and you have a face, arms, and legs doesn't mean you are like anyone else on earth. You're an absolute individual simply because of your gut biome, because of your intestines, because of the bacterial profile in your gut. You are an absolute 1000% individual. There's no one on earth that is exactly like you, without your features, without your facial features. Everyone is completely unique, not just with DNA, but with your bacterial profile. And that's what's digesting your food. The bacteria in your gut is digesting your food. So if you're not giving those bacteria the foods that it needs and that it requires and that it's accustomed to and that it wants, blah, 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 and you don't balance that out, you're going to have issues. My biggest thing I hate on Facebook, Jesse Foster, is when people say health food tastes bad. Well, let's see one you probably can't cook. And the thing is, people drink alcohol, which tastes like shit, but your ass will be at the club drinking it. Yeah, people that say that have just blown out their taste receptors, and everything just tastes bland because they're used to eating fucking candy and super sweet sodas and shit like that. You keep your eye on the bouncing ball, you'll trip and fall on your face eventually. I like that, Oliver. I agree. Let's see. Frank Alamule. I apologize if I butchered that. We'll say Frank. We'll just call it Frank. I just joined Swolenormous X. I've never followed a program in my life. I'm not going to lie, excited and nervous at the same time. Super cool, Frank. I hope you, did you sign up? Make sure you check your email, Frank. If you just joined, I'm not sure if you registered for your phone call with me, your orientation call. Make sure you do that. Check your email, bro. Welcome to the fam. There's nothing wrong with quality meat, cut out bread, and grains. Went from a migraine a week to maybe one a month, maybe, in all caps. Lucas, that's huge. That's quality of life, to not have migraines when you had chronic migraines. That's miserable. That's crippling. That's crippling. Let's see what Instagram's. Oh, let's see what's going on Twitch. What we got here? Fuck, I'm late. Didn't see the notification. What's up, Papa Swolio? Nicholas, what's up? What up, Nicholas J? What up, homie? Sweet potato has 6 grams of sugar per sweet potato. What are you defining as sugar? How many carbs? I mean, fiber. How much fiber does it have? Check that out. And what are you measuring? And where are you looking that up? Don't forget, fam, there's many different kinds of sugar. There's glucose, there's fructose, there's galactose, there's sucrose, there's all different types of sugar. And what is accompanying in whole foods is different. So, for example, fructose, when it's consumed with fruit, like as a part of fruit, your body will react differently than if you just have fructose by itself as an added to a soda or a juice. I hate people that say they don't like the way water tastes. Yeah, those are people that have missed the survival of the fittest boat. That's we call those people Darwin's speed bump. People that don't like the taste of water should not be a part of this earth. It's just reality. I mean, we keep them alive. Luckily, they have other things to drink. But if there wasn't industry, they wouldn't have water. They would die off, and we'd be the better for it. We'd be a stronger species. People that don't like fucking water, yeah, fuck those people. If you're watching and you don't like water, fuck you. Drink it anyway. Shut up. Shut up. If you're listening, fuck you too. I don't like water. Natural selection. Natural selection missing the boat. Just added sweet potatoes in my life and been getting migraines. Really? I highly doubt it's from sweet potatoes. What else are you consuming? You can message me. I'm curious. Anything's possible. I mean, we're all individuals. Everyone has different allergies. I mean, sweet potatoes are well known to be probably like one of the best, if not the best carbohydrate to consume. But it doesn't mean that everyone's going to be perfect. I mean, there's some people that, like I said, just because peanut butter is not an ideal choice doesn't mean that you can't eat it and survive. But some people will anaphylactic shock. The throat closes up and they fucking die. Some people get stung by a bee and they die. Like they have to go to the hospital or have an EpiPen. Boom. Otherwise, they're just going to fucking die. And some people get stung a bunch of times and it hurts and stuff and they're fine. So it could be different. It could be different. Water equals life. Agreed, Mike. Agreed. Water is life. Water is life. Don't drink water for a few days and see how it goes. I'm sure you'll love it after not having it. Well, yeah, water is more important than food. And it also comes down to, we'll talk more about water and hydration, how a lot of times when you feel hungry, you're actually thirsty. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. Maybe I'll put that on the docket. All right. Awesome stuff. So I am going to, my goal for tonight, is I have a new workshop that I'm going to be releasing for Swolenormous X. I'm going to break down the deadlift. We're going to do barbell deadlifts, and I'm going to try to get that up tonight. I'm going to be going to the gym and I'll be working on that on the back end. So that's a new thing that's coming, a new training workshop in Swolenormous X. So those of you that are members, you got that to look forward to, and you got a bunch of virtual trainers that are going to be coming that are fire. I have like 4 or 5 in my back pocket that are going to be on point, and going to be doing some additional content in the private community on Facebook discussing the approach for some of these trainers and how to utilize some of the new programs that I'm going to be dropping in X and the new program layouts. So that's going to be super exciting because we're moving on beyond those of you that have been members since January or before, or even last year. Obviously, that's longer than 90 days. So we're in like the 4th month. A lot of you are expanding into the virtual training workouts and expanding into other types of training or going back through it and advancing your training and your conditioning. So now it's time to take it all to the next level and give some more programming and literally give some more advanced programs into Swolenormous X. So that's going to be absolutely huge. KR Jersey, you can, I'll type it in here right now. You can go to the website if you haven't seen it. It's swolenormousx.com if you're interested in checking all that, the detail out. swolenormousx.com. Anyone that's watching or listening, if you're interested in all my programs and my nutrition workshops and all my classes and yoga class and everything, swolenormousx.com. I also have some free content that's you can see on YouTube and also in the post description on Facebook, free nutrition workshop, and also my free ebook, 7 Pillars of Swolenormous. If you're just joining in for the first time and haven't seen that content, you can check that out. But yeah, it's time for me to do arm day. I'm going to do another virtual trainer. It's going to be an arm workout. So I'm excited about that. Take a couple more questions, trying to perfect my deadlift. Perfect. Yeah. Trying to make your perfect deadlift perfect. Deadlifts are the shit. Becky Long, I love your page. I've followed quietly for a while, but finally got my diet cleaned up and got my butt to the gym about 7 weeks ago. The only regret I have is not starting sooner. That's why I keep saying start now, because in 3 months, you're going to look back and watch one of my episodes. I'm still going to be here in 3 months, right? In 3 months will be episode 794. And you're going to hear me talking about similar shit, right? You're going to hear me talk about similar stuff. We're going to be dropping fucking knowledge nukes like always. And you're going to be like, oh man, I wish I started 3 months ago. I wish I started 3 months ago. So don't be that person on episode 794 that watched this one or listened to this one, and now it's 3 months later and you're in the same position. Take action today. Just start. Don't overthink it. It's not going to be perfect. Trust me. I do shit. It's not perfect. I still do. Everything I do, from every fucking post, from every episode. Like, I can go through this episode today probably and pick out things like, oh, I wish I did that better. I wish I said that. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I should have mentioned that. Or any video that I upload, or anything that I do, any kind of content, anything I add to Swolenormous X. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. So when you accept the fact that it's never going to be perfect, you move forward and you make progress. If I waited for everything to be perfect in my eyes, I wouldn't have anything done. Trust me, because I'm almost a perfectionist. Like, I want to have it done my way. I wouldn't say I'm absolutely a perfectionist, but I've relinquished that. Like, I literally just put shit out when I'm like, it's not really, I could have done that a little bit better. Sweet, done. Like, I put shit out early and I put shit out fast. It's just important to keep on moving forward. So make mistakes and adjust. That's it. Do you need weights to be healthy? No. That's a very vague question. And no. Should you do weights to improve your lifestyle and to improve your bone density and structural integrity and mobility and all these things? Yes, in my opinion. But to be healthy, that's a very subjective term. It depends on how you define healthy. You need water to be healthy. Yes, you do. What is the protein content you eat? I eat a lot of grass-fed beef. I have pastured eggs. I have my vegetables and stuff too. A lot of bone broth too. I already started. I figure slow progress is progress, period. Progress is progress. One of the cards on the wall says that. Progress is progress. There's no such thing as, I guess you can, it depends, right? It's subjective. Slow progress, that depends. Progress is progress. If you do it and you're moving forward, then you're doing it and you're moving forward. You don't have to worry about the details. Everyone gauges, right? Just by judging it, Anna, on Facebook, just by gauging your progress and calling it slow, that's demeaning and diminishing your own vision and your own perspective of your progress. Don't even mention it as being slow. It's progress. You're making progress. Done. Don't categorize it as slow. Don't categorize it as slow, because that's where you start getting up in your head and you're like, oh, I'm moving slowly. What should I be doing to move faster? And that's not the point. Consistency is everything. Consistency is everything. All right, fam. So if you have not yet checked out my site with all my programs, nutrition content, classes, yoga classes, mobility, strength training, workshops, everything, swolenormousx.com. Also, the Stop Counting Calories workshop, the anti-diet workshop. The link is in my post description on YouTube and Facebook, and also in my bio on Instagram. Please, if you have not yet checked out the anti-diet workshop, it's 100% free. And please, go watch that while it is still available. It's been out for a week or two already. So while it's still available, go check that out. And I will see everyone in Swolenormous X and also tomorrow for episode 705 of the Daily Swole. If you haven't checked out also my YouTube channel, make sure you check that out at Swolenormous, because I have my latest vlog yesterday. It gave a whole recap of my entire week. That was super cool. And you can also catch all these episodes on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, in addition to the quad stream on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So time for me to get my pump on, do some more content for Swolenormous X. So I will see you all there. Peace, McGee's fam. A deuce, Magoose. See you all for 705. Papa Swolio.